Good afternoon. We'll give just a moment to make sure the waiting room is cleared and that folks have connected to audio and can hear us. Good afternoon. This is the voting hearing of the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Thursday, October 4th, 2023. Today's hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the City of Boston's website. While the public is encouraged to attend, there will be no additional testimony accepted today. Begin with the license premise inspection hearing, which occurred yesterday, Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. Item number 1, Old Trafford Inc. doing business as Paradise, located at 967 Commonwealth Ave. Date of the incident, May 8th, 2023. Underage drinking, intoxicated on premise in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
Thank you, Danny. I did not see a violation here.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 2, Unity Sports and Cultural Club Inc. doing business as Unity Sports, located at 10 Dunbar Ave in Dorchester. Date of the incident, April 4th, 2023. Patron on patron assault, shots fired in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 15A.
I'm going to first start off by saying they failed to notify us that they were using armed security, which they need to do. Police arrived and it was unclear whether or not shots were from inside or were from a drive-by. Testimony from the licensed premise was that they believed the shots were the result of someone driving by. However, the police report indicated that after talking to some of the patrons, they may have been afraid to share information. I'm not sure whether the shots were by a drive-by, but I think that I do see a violation here. It's unclear whether or not where they started, but I do think the licensed premise could have done more. They could have had more cameras outside. It could have started inside. And I feel as if they put the police at risk by not notifying us about their armed security.
I think I share your concerns about the armed security and the, maybe the lack of cameras and all that, but I just didn't get to the point of violation because certainly, what's on the violation is the shots fired. And I just didn't see the nexus, the connection. The testimony from the police, and I looked at the map of the address where the shots were fired, where the casings were found. Mm-hmm. It just seemed like it was a little far away, and I tried to dial in on whether the shooter might have been a patron, and that was too unclear for me. So I just didn't get over the line. Not that I wasn't concerned with how little they knew about what had happened, and that was concerning, but I didn't think it hit on the violation as written. So I was no violation.
I actually kind of came at it from foreseeability. So I took it like even if the patron was that was a patron, like was it foreseeable that the fight between the two girls would actually lead the two women would actually lead to someone else firing random shots? And I couldn't make a I couldn't hold the premise to say yes, they would be able to see that those kind of shots would be foreseeable. So I didn't come to a violation either.
I
do agree with sorry, I do agree about the that the security, there should have been notification. So if there's any writing or something, that there should definitely be something said about that.
So, I think it might be 2-1. So I think I, being on this side, would say correspondence in a situation like this about security plan, maybe a request a security plan. And obviously you already told them, Chairwoman, that they need to notify us about armed guards, but we can put that in writing. I don't know if there's anything else we want to talk to them about.
Danny, we don't have a security plan on file, do we?
I do not believe we do.
So I'd like to request the security plan, but also to schedule them to come back before us to walk us through the security plan.
Sounds good.
And the security plan can certainly cover the concerns that you have about the cameras and the guard and
Yeah, I mean, it was concerning how little they could come up with after it happened. It's like they really didn't know, and I was trying to get to the bottom of like what we saw as far as a car, or did anyone look at, to try to determine whether it was a patron, and that was very lacking. But because it was lacking, I didn't think we got there. So it's I don't think we want to see it happen again. That they come here and they kind of say we don't know what happened, so we want to lock them in.
Great. So it
Okay.
sounds like the vote is unanimous. Correct me if I'm wrong, no violation. Is that correct?
No, I see a violation,
There
so
was
it's
the-
2-1. No violation.
Yep.
But we're going to have correspondence from the board regarding the lack of notification of armed security.
Correct.
I'd like to request a security plan and to schedule them for our next violation hearing so that they can walk us through the security plan on the record.
Perfect. Is there a time you would like to see the submission of the security plan by?
The next violation hearing is October
24th.
I would like the security plan at least a week before that, so I have enough time to review it.
So request a written security plan to be submitted to the board by Tuesday, October 17th. And we will schedule an informational hearing with them to walk us through a said security plan on the 24th.
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 3, ATG Inc., doing business as Cleary's, located at 331 to 335 Columbus Ave, dated the incident April 30th, 2023. Assault and battery, staff versus patron, 911 called in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
I wasn't able to find a violation here based upon the testimony and the police report.
I agree.
Yeah, just give me a second. This was like a quick fight, right?
Yeah.
The bottle, right? I'm sorry, I just kind of lost where I was for a second.
No, that the bottle was item number 4. This was the incident between security and the patron in the basement.
Oh, the alleged grabbing
Grabbing of the neck. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't think we had enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry.
So no violation on item number 3. Thank you. Item number 4, Restaurante Cesaria Inc., located at 266 Bowden Street in Dorchester. Day of the incident, May 12th, 2023. Assault and battery with dangerous weapon, glass bottle, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 15A.
I don't think this was foreseeable. I don't see a violation.
I totally agree.
I agree.
Item number 5, Prometheus Food Corp., doing business as New York Pizza, located at 224 Tremont Street. Date of the incident, May 12th, 2023. Failure to cooperate with police, did not provide video to detectives, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 140, Section 9, and Board's Rule 1.10A and B.
This was a clear violation for me.
I agree.
I agree.
So my vote is for a warning. However, I do want proof, as Commissioner Curran had requested, from their company that the email was sent, and I'll let Commissioner Curran add if there's anything else that he was.
Yeah, I mean, if they come up with that, I'd still like to see it. But as of we told them we were voting this afternoon, so if they have it, they're late in that regard. I think what we really focused in or got to the bottom of is the first time the police came in, even though the request might have been vague, he took no steps to kind of make sure that video would be preserved. And I'd like to see that. So, I mean, I already said it. I don't know if we need to write it down, but there's a difference between cooperation and minimal compliance. I think a lot of the people come in when they're told that they failed to cooperate, and they're really talking about, I did what I was asked, or, and they really kind of, I think we have an expectation that our license holders will work with the police to, to a common end. And that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I think it's worth correspondence. I mean, even if the sergeant was vague, I think the establishment needs to do everything they can to help.
I'd like them to consider getting a longer time period on their cameras, and if they're not going to do it, a statement from them of why it's not feasible, whether it's financial or just technological.
I support that.
So it sounds like violation with a written warning, correspondence from the board. In that correspondence will be a suggestion from the board that they look at preserving video for longer than 14 days. And if not, to please explain to the board why that's not feasible.
That would be great. Thank you.
Item number 6, Macumba Latina Inc. doing business as Macumba Latina, located at 477 River Street in Mattapan. Date of the incident, September 4th, 2023. Assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, ×2, patron on patron. Inside premise in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 15A.
Thanks, Danny. I just want to confirm for the record that we received a 12-page security and operations plan 10 minutes ago. I know I haven't had a chance to review it.
I haven't.
Okay, and we also received 64 video clips yesterday. And I know I haven't had a chance to review the 64 video clips. I just want to start out by saying, in this restaurant industry, your primary asset is your liquor license. That's a primary asset of the business. Licensees often believe that holding a liquor license is a right. It really is not. It's a privilege that this board gives them. Subject to any modification, suspension, or in some cases even revocation. It's hard enough in Boston to obtain a liquor license. We've been hearing about that all week. This is talked about every day in the industry, in the city level, at the state level, and putting that conversation aside, anyone who holds a liquor license should be concerned every day about preserving their license. And this means not just following our ordinary rules and regulations. This means being a safe and responsible business owner, creating a space in your community that people feel safe to go to. So after listening to the testimony on Tuesday, I have real concerns about security at this licensed premise. And it's critical that they address those security lapses. This board believes that ensuring the safety and well-being of patrons and also of the community at large, that this is of paramount importance. So getting back to what was presented on Tuesday about this particular incident at Macumba on September 4th, the fact that 2 security guards with limited experience were stationed at the back door raises valid questions for me about whether or not this shooting was foreseeable. I know the club has outlined measures taken to address these security lapses, and I appreciate that. They've put some effort into it. We received the 12-page detailed security and operations plan. And they have acknowledged a critical breakdown in their security on that night. And that led to a very, very dangerous situation. It could have been a potential loss of life. Macumba has a responsibility to maintain a safe environment for their patrons and the surrounding community. It's not only about addressing the immediate issue of retraining their staff, adding alarms and lights, but it's also about demonstrating a commitment to safety going forward. We have to carefully evaluate the steps that they took. I do believe they're moving in the right direction, but 10 minutes to review a 12-page security plan is just not enough for me. I believe that they should put the safety and well-being of their patrons and neighbors and the community above all else. This happened almost a month ago, and they still haven't installed these things that they told us they're going to install. They still haven't replaced or put alarms on doors and added lights. So I do find a violation here.
Okay, I second everything you said. I did find a violation. With regard to the video and the plan, we can move forward. And I'm not really concerned with the video. I think there was enough in the testimony to find a violation. I agree that on this particular night, there was clearly a very particular security lapse that happened that, allowed what seemed to be a plan to unfold. And I know in some sense, the premises is a victim of other people's bad acts, but the foreseeability of it is clear. I mean, they were on the lookout for it and they just didn't follow their own procedures. So I think we have enough to find the violation today. And, with regards to their improvements, we'll have to evaluate those at a different time, maybe even schedule them then like we did the other place to go over the plan on the record.
Yeah, I actually see 2 security lapses. I see the 2 inexperienced people at the back door, but then also right at the front door, you had the owner who let one of the the back entrance in through the front door. And I don't believe that there was enough of a pat down or enough security for that person to be re-entered. I don't think and I just need to stress that, you know, he said that he did that because he wanted to keep the relationship with his patrons, you know, that it's a community. But you cannot keep relationships like that at the sacrifice of your security of everyone in that building. And so, you know, hard decisions need to be made in order to keep a place safe. And I don't think that, I think that was a very, very serious lapse of judgment for which, yes, we should also find a violation.
I agree.
So we are unanimous across the board. It sounds like we're a violation. As to the disposition of the violation,
Danny, I just want to confirm, they don't have a record of this type of incident at this location, correct?
not of a similar incident, no.
No, nothing like this. We had some troubles with them years ago about closing time and across the street, parking lot, stuff like that, but nothing inside like this, nothing close to this.
Okay, so based upon our practice of progressive discipline, my vote is for a written warning.
I would agree with that.
But I'd like to highlight the fact that I have not had a chance to review the security and operations plan. We received it 10 minutes ago. I'd like to schedule them to appear before us at our next violation hearing to walk us through it, but I would like them to remain closed until I have an opportunity to review the 12 pages. I think that a request of 24 hours is not unreasonable, given that we got this 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think we should request it. I don't see them saying no, but we'll see what they say but I would request it as well.
I agree.
Saxon?
I definitely agree. Thank you.
So the vote is a violation, a written warning. They will appear at our October 24th license terms inspection hearing for an informational hearing to walk us through the security plan, and the board is ordering them to remain closed. Chairman Joyce, was that a 24-hour closure or up to 24 hours to provide the board time to review the plan?
At least 24 hours. We received this 10 minutes ago. I will do my best to review it within the next 24 hours.
Great. To remain closed until the board can review the submitted plan. Item number 7, Jane Hung Inc., doing business as New Moon Villa Restaurant, located at 15 to 19 Edinburgh Street, date of the incident June 28th, 2023. Premise storing liquor without appropriate license on a beer and wine license only, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
I did not see a violation here.
Yeah, I didn't think it rose to the level of violation.
I agree. Yeah.
Item number 8, Choice Mart Inc., doing business as Choice Mart, located at 181 Mass Ave, date of the incident June 29th, 2023. Public drinking in front of licensed premise, package store, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
I don't see a violation.
I agree.
I agree.
Moving on to the transactional hearing, which occurred this morning, Wednesday, October 4th, 2023. Item number 1, Jewelry LLC, doing business as O Cheese, located at 261 North Street, has applied for a common victualler license to be exercised on the above. Manager Heba Al-Nakala, hours of operation 10 a.m. to 12 a.m.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
Item number 2, Apple New England LLC, doing business as Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar, located at 11A Allstate Road in Dorchester, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Frank G. Ripley, Jr.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
Item number 3, GRNARK of Mass LLC, doing business as Ramsey's Kitchen, located at 776 Boylston Street, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Charles D. Hunter.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 4, American Airlines Inc., doing business as Admirals Club, located at Logan Airport Terminal B in East Boston, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Helene Delalue.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 5, Fire It Up State Street LLC, doing business as Crush Pizza, located at 107 State Street, has petitioned to change the location of the licensed business to 975 Saratoga Street in East Boston.
I vote to approve the transfer I also vote to approve the manager of record.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 6, Plant-Based Pizza Boston LLC, doing business as 00, located at 163 Newbury Street, has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to Boston Ramen Company Back Bay LLC, doing business as Sushi by Basso Ramen Tavern at the same location. Kazuhiro Aotani, manager, closing hour 12 a.m. Has petitioned to change the opening hour to 9 a.m. and has petitioned to pledge the license to 163 Newbury LLC.
I vote to approve the transfer and the manager of record.
And the pledge and
Pledge.
that change of hours as well.
Thank you, yeah.
I agree to all of those, yeah.
I agree.
Great, thank you. Item 7, Tasty Burger 7 LLC, doing business as Tasty Burger, located at 1 Nashua Street, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location to UMNV 205 to 207 Newbury LLC, doing business as Central Park, located at 205 to 207 Newbury Street.
I vote to
Michael Jamin, manager, 10 p.m. closing hour.
Sorry about that, jumped in there. I vote to approve the transfer and I vote to approve the manager of record.
I agree.
Changes requested.
I agree.
Thank you. And item number 8, Wonder Boston LLC, doing business as Wonder Museum, located at 2 Avenue de Lafayette, has applied for a general on-premise wines and malt beverages with liqueurs license. Marcos Doyle, manager, closing time 12 a.m.
I vote to approve, pending the availability of a license for which he qualifies.
I agree.
I agree.
Thank you. Moving on to non-hearing transactions. The following are applying for a new common victular license at a previously licensed location. Item number 1, AAA Restaurant LLC, doing business as AAA Restaurant, located at 3141 Washington Street in Jamaica Plain. Daniel Martinez, manager, hours of operation 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
And item number 2, Chilangos LLC, doing business as Hub Handcrafted Wrap and Juice, located at 656 to 660 Center Street in Jamaica Plain. Felipe Duran, manager of record, hours of operation 7 a.m. to 12 a.m.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
Following has applied to make changes to their existing common victular license. 1 Bagel Guild LLC, doing business as Bagel Guild, located at 100 Hanover Street. This is within the Boston Public Market. Has petitioned to change the closing hour of the licensed business to 8 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
And the following has applied to make changes to their existing bowling alley license, South Boston Candlepin Inc., doing business as South Boston Candlepins, located at 543 East Broadway in South Boston, has petitioned to change the closing hour to 1 a.m. This is to match the change that was approved on the liquor license.
Okay, I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
The following have applied to make changes to their existing dormitory licenses, Emerson College, doing business as Emerson College at 5 of their dormitories, located at 2 Boylston Place, 80 Boylston Street, 100 Boylston Street, 150 Boylston Street, and 555 Washington Street, have all applied to change the manager to Christy Anglade.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
Following have applied for one-day amendments to their existing licenses. Item number 1, Timeout Market Boston LLC, doing business as Timeout Market, located at 401 Park Drive, has applied for an amendment to include an extension of the premise to the lawn adjacent to their patio for the marketplace on October 7th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
And item number 2, Morton's of Chicago, Boston Seaport LLC, doing business as Morton's Steakhouse, located at 2 Seaport Lane, has applied for a one-day amendment to include the adjacent space, the Winter Garden Atrium, for their semi-annual wine locker event on October 13th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
The board has before them a list of applications for special one-day alcohol licenses, which have been administratively reviewed by staff and approved by the board. And we have 2 items on old and new business. The first is for a vote. The board had deferred the disposition of this violation to allow the board to review the video which was submitted. This is Stage Karaoke LLC, located at 138 Brighton Ave in Alston. The date of the incident was April 29th, 2023. Overserved patron removed by Boston EMS in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
Thanks, Danny. I was able to review the video that was submitted. I wasn't able to find a violation here.
I agree.
I agree. I didn't see anything.
No violation. And item number 2 for acknowledgement by the board, we have received a notice of release of pledge of license and security interests from Alpha Wines, releasing the pledge held on Newell Liquors Inc., doing business as Walsh Wine and Spirits, located at 388 Washington Street in Brighton.
Acknowledged.
Okay.
Thank you. Those are all the items before the board today. That will adjourn this afternoon's voting hearing. Thank you, everybody, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
you.